right. Rod man. We are back again. This is the Fin Out of Water Football Podcast. I am your host, B. Herbo, and I got the best co-host in the mother effing world, Rod Man, in the building with
Herbie,
me.
go!
Round of applause for us.
Shout out to Rocky, man. My dog was you at attention in the chat. Let's go, Rocky. Let's
Man, we
go.
got people in the chat. We got the homies back. This is another episode of Off Season Mondays, but on a Wednesday. So yeah, man, listen, guys, we do not have a loaded show for you. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, dog. This in my lifetime has to be the most uninteresting NFL offseason that I can remember in quite some time, especially when you cover a team that is actively trying to be bad. There is just not that much going on, guys. Normally, in most years, there is a strong NFL draft to carry us through the offseason that takes us to the finish line, takes us to the opening of rookie minicamp, takes us to the opening of NFL training camp, and makes us feel excited heading into the season. That ain't this draft class. I ain't gonna hold you. So, as you can see by the title of this, or the thumbnail from this video, but man, what are we doing to my NFL draft, Rod? Make the NFL draft great again, because we can't be doing this, man. But before we get to that, man, let's go ahead and give you a rundown for the show. Obviously, we're going to talk about the draft, this upcoming draft, 2026 draft, and just see why the energy around this draft is just not hitting the same. We're going to look at a couple of mock drafts just to see the idea of where the temperature is going with the Miami Dolphins. We will react to your boy Tua, man. Just Tua still being Tua, man.
Hey, you know what? Tua needs to, while he's in Atlanta, which is a great place to find one, he needs to invest in a PR person. You know, he needs to invest in someone who could kind of, write a script for him. Because that would have helped him a lot last year. Shout out Cap in the building. Let's go, man.
Yeah, man. We definitely got some good old house cleaning to do, man. So let's do some house cleaning a little bit right there. So first things first, Max Crosby saga. Yeah. As it kept going on, everything kept happening when we weren't recording. And it's like, dang, y'all doing this right after we record. We don't record for the next couple of days. So we're just like, whatever. What do we have to offer? And we really don't got much to offer, guys. To quote Bomani Jones, the Ravens, they went to Best Buy. They went to the open box section. They looked at the open box. They knew they were getting the open box. And then they got to the crib and was like, but do I really need that speaker, though? Like, do I really need it? And then they saw a little cheaper speaker. They was like, hey, it play music too. It play music too. I'm going to save about $100 on it. Let me go ahead and bring that back. Now, objectively, what the Baltimore Ravens did was disgusting. But I kind of don't blame them, right? So we didn't have anything to say to that. Like, there's nothing. We're not Raider fans. I know Raider fans are pissed. I know Raven fans are trying to act holier than thou and say, "Oh, things change." Like, y'all know y'all wrong.
Of course they're gonna take that route, bro.
Y'all know y'all wrong. Y'all know y'all wrong. Like, and right here, the perfect thing that Cap brought up, man. Perfect thing that Cap. I don't blame the Ravens that's on the NFL for allowing NFL tamping. Shout out to True Blaze in the chat. You already know. Shout out to the homies. Shout out to Cap. Shout out to Ralphie. Shout out to the Fin Out of Water. Shout out to the Warriors, man. 14-day return policy. Yes. So little inside Fin Out of Water for you guys. So the day of, we were actually supposed to do a free agency special the Wednesday, not that Monday. But so many things were getting signed on that Monday that we had to do an episode that Monday. And it's because of the illegal tampering. It's because of a 48-hour window to sign somebody, but not officially sign somebody. And that's how the Raiders got bit in the ass. They thought that Max Crosby was off of their books, but he never was officially. And the Ravens made sure to officially send his ass back before Wednesday, 4 o'clock, before it became official. There was no paper signed. There was nothing signed on the dotted line. It
Right.
was a handshake agreement, a literal handshake agreement. And then the Ravens said, "Nah, bro, I need my hand back. Give me that hand back. take take
No
your
response.
bum take your bum knee D in and get him out of here, man. You can have him." So yeah, bro, it is pretty crazy. Anything else that what else did we miss, Rod, since we've been off?
Oof. I mean, dude, for me, I've outside of like looking at a couple prospects, man, I haven't really kept up. You know what? I've kind of just been letting the Dolphins GM Sully do his thing, and I do want to say this, Herbie,
Oh, we
considering how.
definitely got to address the Jalen Waddle because we didn't touch on the Jalen Waddle
Oh
trade as
yeah, we
well.
didn't
So
talk about. Well, I'll say
yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah,
Herbie.
yeah.
I mean, we're like a week late on this, but um, when I initially saw the Jalen Waddle trade, I was I was slightly hurt. And then I kind of thought about Jalen Waddle's tenure here, and he was good while he was here, Herbie, but he was hurt a lot. Um, and honestly, considering the Dolphins are going the rebuild route, the only thing, bro, the only thing I can think of is just like here's the thing: the Waddle trade. The only thing about the Waddle trade that I actually really didn't like was that it almost made the Malik Willis signing a little more negated. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's just like, okay, we're gonna get Malik Willis, we're gonna see what we have in him. So, but he's gonna have to have like Herbie, our wide receiver, Herbie, the Dolphins wide receiver room.
It's rough.
You can go to
It's
Home
rough.
Depot and pick a better group of guys, probably,
It's
bro.
it's pretty rough. It's rough.
Like,
It's
you know what I
rough.
mean? So,
It's rough. Right. It's rough. So
so
I remember. I remember. Oh, the chat. Hey, hold on. The chat going in on this, man.
Rashad, hey Rashad, you got my quarterback.
Yeah, yeah. Shy. You gotta come to the front of the class, bro. We gotta have a conversation, man.
Come, my boy.
We didn't see you in the chat when y'all signed to it, man. Now we really connected. Now we're all one big happy family, man. Shot, you got two is your problem now, dog. Two is your problem now. So, um, I promise I ain't trying to toot my horn. I just from the jump it never made sense. Like we said it. I said it 2 weeks before we signed Malik Willis. I was legitimately gobsmacked that y'all signed Malik Willis. I thought it was a smokescreen. I thought it was agent play. I thought it was negotiation tactics because it objectively to me, I can't even say objectively if it's a personal opinion, but in my personal opinion, and this is a personal opinion that has become mass opinion, it did not make any sense to sign Malik Willis if you're going to be this bad. They legitimately don't have money to put a football team out there. This is the
Right.
great. This is the in history of the NFL. There has never been a team that had more money going in dead cap than available cap. This never happened ever. They have $175 million in dead cap. That's also why I said you might as well take the whole 100 this year from Tua. Like,
Get
what's
it
the
out the way.
difference?
Yeah, get it
What?
out the way.
And I said that 2 months ago. I said when we figured out the numbers, when we saw what it was going to be, I said, hey, if it is a post June 1st or a after June 1st, how y'all want to take it? It's going to be 100 million regardless. You want to take it all at once or you want to split it out between 2 years. They decided to split it out between 2 years. 67 this year, 33 next year. Take the whole 100. Make it 200 million dead cap. You are going to
You're right
literally
there. You just 30 million or more, right? Just 30 million or more. You might as well. You might as well,
You
man.
might as well. Now, granted, I don't know what. Maybe they could, whatever. Right? They have people that are dedicated to the cap. I just, hey, bro, just we gonna be so bad. Why not? But
Well,
this team that you guys are going to put out there, Rod.
yeah, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna hurt me. This is. I mean, on one hand, you could look at it like this too. They're achieving what they want to do, right?
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I will say this though, Herbie. Even though the Waddle trade, it kind of like negates the Willis signing a little bit. At least for me, it kind of makes it weird. I'll say two things about this. The number one thing I'll say is that since we've had time since the last time we spoke about Malik Willis, I've done quite a bit of like film watching of him in particular his years in Green Bay. Watched a little bit of him when he was at Tennessee, Herbie. But I
Hmm.
gotta say, man, let's just say Coach Halfley gets the most out of whatever he has. Plus, GM Sully just knocks it out the park in the draft, and we get
Yeah.
receivers, whatnot. Man, if what I saw from him in Green Bay can translate to Miami, and considering Bobby Slowick runs a very similar offensive system that he ran, that he's used to in Green Bay, man, Malik could be a steal, bro. Because I was granted, we still got to see more, but from the limited sample size I saw, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, why not roll that dice?
Oh nah.
Roll that dice.
It was it's what is it, $45 million? Like
Yeah, it's like 45 for 2 years.
it's $45 million. That's essentially what it is, right? And that sounds like a lot, bro. The cap is $301 million this year. That is chump change for a very, I'm not gonna say low risk, but the reward is worth the shot. The problem is that how do you maximize the ability to get to the reward?
Exactly. That and
And
that's the
you could
problem I have with
only
the Waddle
do
trade.
that if you absolutely knock it out of the park. You have to go like an 80% hit rate in the draft. And that's
Right,
if you are only drafting offensive players. And we know the Miami Dolphins are not doing that.
right,
Most mock drafts don't have them taking a offensive player in the first round. They all have them taking either a cornerback or a defensive lineman, or possibly an offensive lineman if they're there. And now we're seeing that all these offensive linemen, O-line players, are getting pushed up. So
yeah.
there's a possibility that there might not be an offensive lineman that you would want, a Fano, or what's the dude from Miami,
Oh, Francis Mwagba.
Francis Mwaga.
Yeah.
Francis Mwaga ain't leaving the top
I
five.
know.
Spencer Fano possibly might be there. So it's just the odds are stacked against Malik. Hey, bro, get your money, get the bag, Jit. Show your ab every time you ain't have it. Oh, go dummy. Get your money, man. Rod Wave said it, man. Get your bag, Jit. You
Get
know.
your bag, man.
Before we close out a little more house cleaning with the Jalen Waddle, I don't think we really got into it with him. What is just your overall assessment of the Jalen Waddle era before, so we can put a little bow on that one?
I mean, Herbie, Jalen Waddle, I mean, he was likable, I guess. I mean, here's the thing, Herbie. Here's the thing. When you really think about Waddle on the Dolphins,
Right,
just really think
right.
about his career for a second. His first year with Miami, we ran an offense that two fucking middle school teachers ran, right? Because we had when you have two
He
offensive
got a
coordinators,
hundred. He got 100 receptions out of it though.
you got 100 receptions and 1,000 yards off of like 5 yard passes the whole season, right?
Right, yeah, right.
Then Tyreek comes and really since the appearance of Tyreek, Herbie, Waddle was a little bit overshadowed throughout his time here, Herbie, right? Because with Tyreek Hill, and especially the way that Mike McDaniel's offense was tailored to force feed Tyreek, or at least Tua wanted to force feed Tyreek his first 2 years. I mean, did we really get to see the best of Jalen Waddle? And then you add to the fact that he dealt with injuries pretty much every year he was with the Dolphins, Herbie. He was another injury prone player. Now, the thing about Waddle was, Herbie, he was fast, he was talented. People tout him as a number one receiver type guy. I think he's really more of a high end number two. Haven't seen him in Miami, bro. Maybe in Denver that can change, right? But and he had the Penguin, man. Like, come on, bro. Like all the Dolphin fans loved the Penguin. Whenever he scored a touchdown, Penguin. We all did it. But listen, Herbie, I liked Water while he was here. I wish we would have got to see more of him. When you watch him on film, Herbie, especially in 2023, man, it almost looked like he was always open. Right? It's actually a shame that Tyreek Hill was force fed so much that season. I remember watching film and just there were so many times I was just like, God, Tua, why are you always looking at Tyreek? There's three people around Tyreek. Waddle's wide open. There were so many times I felt that way. So I'm happy for him that he's in a place like Denver where where he has a real shot, a real opportunity in the prime of his career to go win a title with with a contender, right? Because let's face it, y'all, fuck the Patriots. Had Bo Nix not gotten hurt, the Broncos would have been in the Super Bowl, given the way the Patriots looked, right, throughout the playoffs. So Waddle now has a legitimate chance to compete for a title with a good team in Denver. And I'll miss him, Herbie, just because he was kind of like a Dolphins fan favorite, just because he was a skilled player. But we really didn't like. If you really think about his career here, he was underutilized and still put up some good numbers. So provided he's healthy in Denver, Herbie, he's gonna be. We might see a whole different Waddle than we saw in Miami, especially since he's not gonna be overshadowed by any receiver they have there. Like, yeah, Cortland Sutton is a really good receiver, but you throw Jalen Waddle in that mix, I mean, he could end up being the number one there. You know what I mean? It just depends on how things shake out. But, will I miss Waddle a little bit, Herbie? Yeah, sure. I almost got a jersey. Thank God I didn't, man. I would have been.
Yeah, that would have been crazy if you got that
I would have
jersey.
been sick.
That would have been crazy, man. But listen, man. Hey, Jalen Waddle, good player for the Miami Dolphins. And hey, he was a productive player. At the end of the day, that's all you
Yeah.
could ever ask for
Yeah.
is somebody
Yeah.
is productive. We have our warts with him. We always felt like, damn, bro, you hurt again. And if you really looked at it, he really actually didn't miss that many games. It just he felt like he was off.
Yeah.
He felt like he was because there's times that he's just completely invisible. But like you brought up, a lot of that times it was not even his fault. It was the quarterback play not getting the ball to him. So hey, hopefully he has a opportunity to truly be a great player in a different system. So all congrats to him. He wasn't a bum, right? And he gave it all his all, man. So round of applause for Jalen Waddle. Adios, muchacho. Now, Shad, we got to get to this comment right here. I'm actually going to say that right here. Let me, right here. Let me holler at what the homie Rafi said. What about Jarvis Landry? Said he could return it too much. He's lying. He's lying. He's lying. Can you imagine Jarvis Landry trying to run a route in 2026? Be serious,
Man,
Jarvis.
that boy gonna look like he got a couch on his back, man.
All right, but while we're on the topic, I want to get to this comment from the homie Rashad right here, man. This is what a Falcon fan that's crashing out looks like. Shout out to the Falcon fans, man. This is what it looks like. We had a QB with no knees and signed a QB with no arm. Stefanski got the Dylan Gabriel Deluxe and Tua, which is hilarious. It's playoffs or bust. There is no patience over here, man. So that is a great way to transition into the Tua portion of this episode, man. So, Rob, we were talking about it in the pre-show, man. What did you say about Tua, man? He needs PR like immediately. Go ahead,
he needs
man.
PR, man, because he just has a habit of just talking. On one hand, you can't be mad at a guy for being open and honest, but it's just like Tua sometimes.
He just got to read the room. Got to read the room. Even if you're at your house and you're on a Zoom press conference, man. So to paint the picture, with the conversation that we're talking about right now, Tua had his first, I don't even know what the hell to call it. I guess like press conference with Falcon beat reporters or whatever the hell you want to call it. Obviously, he's not in Georgia or Atlanta or anywhere near there. If maybe he is. I don't know. I just know he wasn't in a traditional setting. And they were just asking him questions. And, he had a couple things to say about the Falcons, about competition, about, hey, the guys there being excited to play with Kyle Pitts and Bijan and typical backup quarterback talk, right? But we wanted to highlight what he said about or didn't say about the Dolphins, right? And sometimes the things that you don't say says a lot. You could be loud without being loud, man. So here it is right here. And this is a quote from Tua. I quote, "I don't want to get too in-depth with the things that were going on, more so in terms of players to coaches than it was players to players." It was unique in a sense. And a reporter said, in what sense? Trying to get more information out of Tua in a lot of ways. And then he offered a smile. And if you've seen the video, you just was like, bro, shut up, dude. Just shut up.
You know what it is, Herbie. You know what it is, Herbie. Because he said a lot of things in the interview that I'm not mad at. He said that he owned up to being trash.
Yes, he owned up to it. He owned up to not being where he owned up not living up to the contract. He did say
you
that.
know what I mean? He owned up to, well, he didn't, I'm not gonna say he owned up, but he believes that he's gonna play his best football in Atlanta, which is not improbable. I mean, it is improbable, but it's not impossible, right? Considering how he looked in Miami with the way his body was with that hip. But Herbie, for him, like Tua, How many coaches did you get fired? Like, my
He got a
God,
couple
bro.
for coaches fired,
Mike
man.
Herbie, he can say whatever he wants about the coaching, bro. Mike McDaniel almost revived his career. He almost revived
He
because
did. It's not almost. He did. He did because
he did
he
revive his
got
career.
him
You're
to a
right.
point to sign a record contract that you guys
Yep.
are literally paying for, paying
Yep.
him not to be on the team for. So he revived his career. We can say that. We can
He did.
say he revived it,
He
right? Like
revived. Yep.
he revived it. So go ahead, not to cut you off.
No, you're right. You're right. So imagine, like, you're throwing shade. Like, listen, Herbie, I had Tua's back. I had Tua's back with the Flores situation because gotta read the Zoom. That's
Got to
funny.
read the Zoom is funny. That's
Um,
really, really funny, Cap. That's funny as hell.
um, but I had Tua's back during the Flores situation just because it was so toxic. Like, you never hear about something so toxic. But dude, Mike McDaniel went to bat for Tua so hard. He's one of the biggest reasons why Tua got that massive contract he got. And you're gonna go to Atlanta and fix your lips and pretty much insinuate, like, blame the coaches. Like,
He can't
dude,
help himself. He can't.
like,
Oh,
bro,
react
take
to
some
this comment right
accountability.
here. React to this comment right here. I don't know if you. This is completely on the spot, so I don't know if you know
Now,
about
me and
this, Rod.
Tua was allegedly referring to McDaniel and Bevel beefing during the 2024. Oh, well, that I don't know about. I mean, but even then, bro, like, shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's if
shut
it
up. Like,
2024. That got nothing to do with 2026, man. It's
and
done.
how trash he was. Like, get
You're
out of
done.
here.
Yeah,
Listen, man,
it's over.
Tua had Joe Rosso, man, and I watched the Joe Rosso from time to Joe Rose called him a bum, and that cracked me
Yo,
up.
come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
Joe was just like, this
You,
bum took
come
100
on,
things.
man. And people who don't know, Joe Rowe is a legendary broadcaster. He used to play for the Dolphins back in the day. He's a legendary South Florida radio host, man. 560 QAM, man. Like, you can't, come on, Joe. Come on, man. Can't
You
call
know
him
what,
a
Herbie? It was
bum,
years of pent
Joe.
frustration. Years of pent frustration, bro. And I wasn't mad at the
And you
coach.
know, this is somebody like Joe is somebody who actively defends people to the death, right? So if
Yes.
Joe Rose is done with you, then he's done with you, right? Like he's completely done with you. So look, come on, Joe, you can't call him a bum, man. Man, if he be climbing up 560.
Yeah, that's
Shout out to 560, man. You gotta be a
560.
you gotta be a real junkie to know about 560, man. Real junkie ties, man. So
Shout out to Hockey Trotter, man. Shout out to Hockey Trotter.
man, so let's go to the Falcons side, right? Let's go to the Falcons side because we do got the homie shot in the building. You feel me? So um this is going to be an opportunity for Tua, to have his quote unquote Sam Darnold arc, his quote unquote Mac Jones arc, his quote unquote potential Geno Smith arc, right? And there is the potential to do that. He has skilled players. He has, in my opinion, the best running back in football on his team. Um, he has, whether you like the guy or not, I believe until proved otherwise, and I could be proven wrong this year, upcoming year, a solid play caller in Kevin Stefanski. So, as a Dolphin fans and everybody in the chat, what would it be like if Michael Penix can't come in and they have to go to Tua and Tua looks pretty decent? How would you guys receive that?
Oh, Herbie, hey, have fun, guys. Have
Are you
fun.
serious? Like it's gonna be like if he's like, yo, he's going
Herbie,
crazy. Like, come on
Herbie,
now.
let me tell you, Herbie, let me tell you something, man. I'm just gonna put it straight like this, man. When I leave a job, I don't look back. When I leave a
Okay.
chick, I don't look back.
Definitely
Two
don't do that.
gone, I ain't looking. Listen, Herbie, when Tannehill left, I felt a little bad because I was like, damn, he looks a little better here than he did in Miami, man. You know what I mean?
But the
You know
but
what I
the
mean?
truth bear it out over time.
Of course, obviously,
Yeah.
and Derrick Henry was the engine for that. But Herbie, I am listen. If Tua comes out, let's just say for the sake of argument, his whatever hip issues he was dealing with down here are healed, and
Yeah.
he's physically better next season. Herbie, it wouldn't shock me if Tua and the Falcons won the division. Like he's capable of doing that. Will he do it? I don't know. But considering you got to consider this too. He's in a dome now. He doesn't have to play. He doesn't have to worry
Yep.
about playing as many cold weather
And
games.
he's in a dome 10 times a year because he has the Saints too. So that's
Yeah,
10 times.
he's in the dome 10 times a year, Herbie. He's not gonna have to worry about the cold weather. And not only that, he's going to kind of a similar situation weapons wise, right? You got Drake London over there, you got Kyle Pitts over there. You know what I'm saying? You have an offensive minded coach who, no matter how you feel about Stefanski, he's gotten the most out of his quarterbacks when he's had them, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Herbie, the situation is prime for Tua to go there and shock the world. He wouldn't shock me. If Tua goes to Atlanta and throws 35 touchdowns, I'm not shocked. I saw him throw 30 touchdowns in Miami. It's just that
Yeah, for sure.
the way he looked here. And here's the other part, Herbie. Atlanta's offensive line is better. You know what I'm saying? So now, and you have Bijan Robinson behind you. You have a good group of weapons. Who knows who they're going to draft? Atlanta's defense is improving. Dude, I mean, if Tua ends up playing good in Atlanta, I won't be shocked if the Falcons make the playoffs, bro, with Tua at quarterback. Because a healthy Tua, Herbie, can get you to the playoffs. He just wasn't healthy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no dog in this fight, but being that we live here, being that this is where the conversation that we're gonna get is for better or worse, we are always going to be linked to the conversation surrounding Tua. How he performs, good, bad, or indifferent, we are going to hear about it. We're going to have a conversation about it. Everybody's going to talk about it. We are linked at the hip till he retires. I'm rooting against this dude. Shad, I'm sorry, bro. I'm rooting on this man downfall all day. I don't want to hear it, bro. Like if
Rafi,
Tua is okay.
Rafi, you're right. He threw 29, but I just
29. I just 30 to be on the side. Yeah, you rounded it up, right? You rounded it up. But dog, I'm rooting on his downfall, man, because you cannot give Tua an inch, bro. You can't give them a micro inch. You can't give them a centimeter, dog. Like I'm rooting against all success. Shad, you my mans, bro. He got to be ass, bro, for my sanity, dog. He has to be ass.
They will return. And they'll come for the Dolphin fans, boy. Ooh, they'll come
oh my God. We're gonna hear about it every single day. This is you see, it was never Tua. It was always this situation. I'm like, no, dude. I need him to suck, bro. I need his first pass to be a pick six, bro. First pass the other way. Going to the crib. 6 for the other team, bro. I'm rooting. Shad, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate your support. I'm rooting against your team, man. No disrespect, though. No disrespect.
You just got to hope Penix come in, man. That's it.
Hey, listen. When Penix come in, y'all go undefeated, dog. Go undefeated. I just want no success with Tua, bro. I'm sorry, bro. All right, let's get to the draft though, man. That's what we're here for, bro. And Rod, this 2026 NFL draft is shaping to be, and I can say this unequivocally for me, the most boring NFL draft of my entire life.
For
like,
sure.
People want to compare, like, as far as just excitement going into it, the 2013, and maybe at the time, if you were in it, and you might have been like a little burnt out, because honestly, I'm burnt out at this point. I have so much going on. I don't have the time to focus. So I need something to really grasp me, right? So maybe a person my position in 2013 felt the same way about the 2013 draft. Obviously, that's the Lane Johnson, Eric Fisher draft, the Deion Jordan draft for us Dolphin fans, bro. Oh, God, bro. Deion Jordan, dog. That draft. But there was no excitement going into that draft, right? None. There was none. That was 13 years ago. It took 13 years for a draft to bring us back to that feeling, right? To the point where, in perfect timing, Ralphie, do Jets draft Alabama quarterback. To the point that now I got to hear that Ty Simpson is the number 1 quarterback in this draft.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
And this is not no indictment on Ty Simpson. I don't care about Ty Simpson. He could probably be a Hall of Famer. Who knows? Nobody knows anything about sports when it comes to quarterback evaluations. Has nothing to do with him. This is everything to do with we need something to talk about. We have to create something. We have to manufacture something. This is the most obvious and blatant version of this that I can remember, dog. Like, 2 years ago, the 2024 draft, you had Caleb, you had Drake, you had Jaden Daniels, then you had Bo Nix, you had JJ McCarthy on the periphery, and you had Michael Penix. You had 6 people that can carry the conversation because there was legitimate conversations to be had, right?
Right.
Like what happens with the draft and draft coverage is this. You have two completely different fan bases that are really not as overlapped as you think, right? College football fans, in large part, are not NFL fans. NFL fans, in large part, are not college football fans. Now, you're going to have a convergence for NFL fans who come in and they parachute in for the college football playoff. But college football fans, they may watch the Super Bowl. They don't care about nothing that has to do with NFL, right? So you have a small overlap of people. So what happens is you have all these analysts and people that really didn't watch football in real time and get the idea of the sense of the college conversation, the temperature of college in real time, which is very, very important. And then you have people who see a couple highlights and like, damn, bro, that dude kind of good. You feel me? Which two things. One, that entire time where you were talking about him during the season, like if you're an analyst, you got to talk about a college player. That means you're lying. Because now all of a sudden you got an opinion for real. Then why didn't you think this 12 months ago or 8 months ago or 6 months ago, dog? You feel me? Nobody was saying Ty Simpson was a first-round pick halfway through the season when he fell off a map, when he was actively ass, when he was panicking against Georgia, when he looked horribly bad. This is the first time that I watched college football and the NFL at the same time in a long time. I used to be a giant fan of both. I was one of the few people in that Venn diagram that equally loved college and equally NFL. Then I transitioned over to NFL. I stopped watching college. The past 2 years with NIL and just how good college football has been, I've been a fan of both. I'm telling you this, as somebody who watched Ty Simpson every game, he sucks. No disrespect to the kid. He sucks.
He's not the number one quarterback.
He's not the number one quarterback. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I watched the whole season. I got the whole picture. Dan Orlovsky.
I never watched my FSU, even though it was week 1. I got to watch FSU.
You seen FSU beat him. And FSU was terrible.
Yeah.
You have to watch these games in real time. Like, to compare this to another bad draft, 2016, where we seen E.J. Manuel go in the first round. These are people who did not watch E.J. Manuel in college. Me and you went to an FSU game, watched E.J. Manuel airmail everything for 4 quarters in person.
Yep.
And we were gobsmacked when we saw that he was a first-round pick.
No, that was crazy. There's
people who do not. Exactly. And Christian Ponder, as an FSU fan, mind-blowing. College football fans are like, what the hell is Dan Orlovsky talking about? NFL fans are like, oh, Ty Simpson. Oh, I don't know about him. He might be good for real. You know what I'm saying? He might be solid. Let me go see his highlights. Oh, dang, Ty Simpson ain't bad. Oh, no, you have to watch these things in real time. At no point, maybe for like 2 weeks, when Ty Simpson was beating up on bad teams, where people saying, yo, he could be in competition for the first round pick. That second half of the season, when he fell off a cliff, and again, injuries could play a part into it, but he fell off a cliff because the competition got better. And it's not even that the competition got better. It's how he looked in the games. He looked scared. He looked timid. He was rushed. He had 5 fumbles in 7 games, bro. What are we talking about?
That's wild, man.
He looked like he had one of the biggest cases of lemon booty that has ever been diagnosed on a football field. He looked like he was not ready for the moment. How can somebody be the number 1 QB in the draft when the entire reason that he went in the draft in the first place is because he's not going to beat out the backup freshman recruit that Alabama has? That's why he's in the draft.
Right.
Originally, when he first went into the draft, he got a 4th or 5th round grade. People were like, bro, you might as well go back to college and make money. He's in the draft because Alabama told him, yeah, bro, your spot gone, bro. And he's supposed to be the number 1 quarterback. That's the stuff that's missing if you're not actively in college football, actively following college football. You're not getting this information. Dan Orlovsky doesn't know that. Dan Orlovsky just probably looked at his best 3 games, said, I'm seeing stuff that he's doing that Fernando Mendoza does not do, which is true. If you watch Fernando Mendoza, you watch Indiana, it's a lot of RPOs. I watched damn near every game that he played. It's a lot of RPOs and it's a lot of back shoulder fades. It ain't much, right? So I can see how Dan Orlovsky's come to that point. But dog, you've seen Fernando Mendoza in the college football playoff. You've seen him in the national championship game. You've seen him on the highest level. You've seen him in pressure moments. You've seen him have the game-winning drive against Michigan to win the Big Day, or against Ohio State to win the Big Ten championship. Ty Simpson has none of this. Like, this is not real. This is not real. Like, here's the thing. It actually is worse. It was still riveting. There was still truth into that. There was still actual truth because the conversation around Shedeur, there were two people that were right and wrong at the same time. And what made it riveting is that both sides thought they were right for the wrong reasons. It was a argument against people who don't watch the draft or don't know nothing about football at all coming in because they were Shedeur fans versus people who know the process. There was a real conversation to be had there. Right, wrong, or indifferent. The basis was based in honesty, like a real conversation. There's layers. We could talk about influence. We could talk about code switching. We could talk about how you have to present yourself, how things could be held against you, what could hurt you. There was real conversations to be had. There's nothing to talk about with this. There's nothing. Even if you truly believe Ty Simpson is the number one quarterback, saying it doesn't even matter. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not happening. No way. He'll go first round. He's gonna go first.
The fact that he's going first round is crazy. His original assessment. When people were shocked. Like, people who actively follow the draft and watch college football were shocked that he went in the draft. People thought he were just going to transfer because he was so bad last year.
Right. But that just tells you about the class itself.
That just tells you about the class, dog.
It just tells you about the class itself, bro.
There's nothing to talk about, man. Like,
I'll tell you, Herbie, when I'm looking at draft stuff, like I could be 100% transparent about this. This is the first year in a long time, now that I'm thinking about it, that I have not looked at the quarterbacks for the draft.
There's nothing to look at, right?
I haven't been interested. Like I've looked at every other position at least once, bro. Quarterbacks, Ty Simpson, Garrett Nussmeier, man. I haven't looked at even.
Drew Aller. Like, there's nothing to look at here, bro. There's nothing to look at. These are all to me. I don't even think Fernando Mendoza is that good. I legitimately don't. I like things about him. He's a first round pick. He's a first round type of quarterback. But in most drafts that have actual good quarterbacks, he would be the 5th or 6th, bro. Like, he would be behind Cam Ward last year. He wouldn't have went over Cam Ward if they came out at the same time, right? It would have been a manufactured conversation. It would have been more honest. It would have been more within realm of possibility than this nonsense. But he wasn't going to beat out Cam Ward for that number 1 spot. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. He would have probably been the 5th quarterback taken in the 2024 draft. Like, that's how bad these past 2 drafts is. And there's a bigger conversation to have about that, about development and what's going down at the grassroots levels to get us to this point where we're not producing quality quarterbacks anymore. And there's just a problem with development all the way through. But, dog, Ty Simpson would be Mac Jones was a top 15 pick, and Mac Jones led a undefeated season, I think. Or was it undefeated? Might have been undefeated. Mac Jones balled out to go top 15. People are saying he's Mac Jones with speed. At least Mac Jones had proof of concept at the college level. Bruh, I know you don't watch college football like that. Ty Simpson was ass, man. Alabama fans.
All the games that I saw Alabama play, I was unimpressed with him. I was unimpressed, including when I
right here. Perfect. Mendoza versus Simpson played in the playoffs, and the game was over in the first half. Final score was 38-3. Thank you. thank you. Like, thank you. And even in that game, you go back and watch that game, Ty Simpson was done by the first quarter, bro. Even if you like what he can provide, like him being able to execute, right? You're not supposed to get your ass kicked like that in college, bro. It's college, dog. Like you're not at freaking Wichita State, bro. You're the quarterback of Alabama. You have talent.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be that big of a disparity, bro.
And he got smoked. Again, I repeat, Ty Simpson, because when you go into the draft, you get feedback. Most people were shocked that he were into the draft, Rod. The 180 is out of control, dog. Most people, I remember these people. Because what happens when it comes to draft talk is once you have to accept something as reality, then you talk yourself into, okay, well, maybe this and this and this and that. I'm going about how you guys felt originally. Todd McShay, all of these people, PFF, I watch these guys all the time. Dane Brugler, all of these guys were saying, I'm shocked that he's entering the draft. I have a 3rd round grade on him. I have a 4th round grade on him. I'm sure the feedback was saying, hey, the feedback that he's getting is probably better than what I have on him. Obviously, that is true. But that was the conversation around Ty Simpson. The conversation was, we know why he's going to the draft because he can't go back to Alabama. He can't beat out his backup. I've never heard a QB1 is the same QB that can't beat out that backup at college, bro. That's new to me, dog. That's a new one to me. I can't hear you, Rod.
And he's the best in football, apparently. Yeah.
to Dan Orlovsky and Chase Daniel. So it's just a microcosm of what this draft is, and this is hands down the most boring draft of my lifetime, man. But before we get out of here, there's one last thing I wanted to touch on. It is the annual Chris Sims pissed everybody off awards, bro. And boy, he pissed them off this year, Rob, with his wide receiver class this year, boy. He pissed them off.
Nah, even when you showed me the list, I was surprised. I'm like,
so let me pull the list up right now. Oh, actually, I'm tripping. My bad. Before we do that, let's just run through a quick mock draft real quick, and then we'll get to that. My bad, dog. Bad producing on my part. Here we go. Bam. All right. So mock draft. This is from Todd McShay. We're just gonna blitz through it. Fernando Mendoza, number 1. These is pretty much now it's getting consensus. They're starting to fall in place. So this is more than likely what's going to happen. So Fernando Mendoza, Arvell Reese, number 2, Francis Maui. I can't say that dude's name, bro. You got it, man. Have fun, bro.
Maui Goa.
Maui Go. There we go, man. Ruben Bain. That one hurts, man. We got to get Ruben Bain to either 11 or 12, man. Either my Cowboys or your Dolphins, man. That broke my heart to see Ruben Bain going forward, man. We need that, man. Jeremiah Love, that's not happening. Cardinal Tate, number 6, and that is why I want to highlight because number 6, Cardinal Tate. We'll come back to that name. Number 7, Sonny Styles to the Washington Commanders. Number 8, Davey Bailey to the New Orleans Saints. Number 9, Mansour Delane. Number 10, Caleb Downs to the Bengals. 11, Mekhi Lemon. We'll come back to that name as well. And to my team, Jared McCoy, Jordan Tyson, Spencer Fano, Keem Messador. So, yeah, man. Just going through these names, bro.
Who did they have at 30 for us?
And at 30, Colton Hood, cornerback from Texas. Colton Hood, man.
He was one of my guys out. I thought we might get at 30. All right.
All right, so let me go ahead and share this right here. I wanted to bring that up because your boy went kind of OD with this one, dog. Your boy, this right here, guys, this is from Chris Sims. This is Chris Sims' top wide receiver rankings, right? So Chris Sims has made a name for himself. A lot of people have accused him of, clickbait, raise bait, blah, 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 trying to get views, yada, yada, yada. And we have a video, it's still our most viewed video to this day, over 30,000 views, of us saying, hey, Chris Sims was right, because Chris Sims had the audacity to think for himself and, be a free thinker when it comes to draft conversations. And boy, he took that baton and he ran with it with this ranking, dog. And the reason why I want to highlight this specifically, and I haven't done the film, I haven't done the breakdown. I only watched the chalk 3 consensus. That's who me, Rod, what we did, which is Makai Lemon, Carnell Tate, and Jordan Tyson. That's who we watched. So I didn't watch Zachariah Branch. Rod, I know you watched a little bit of Denzel Boston. So and
I didn't think he was better than Jordan Tyson though.
Like, no, here's the thing though. Here's the thing, and again, let me present it this way. I'm just saying I didn't do enough research to agree or disagree. I didn't do a deep dive. I didn't watch every single one of these dudes, right? And I'm not even trying to say who's better or who's not. What I am trying to say is, with this draft in particular, this wide receiver class, there should be no consensus. There should be no consensus, bro. Like, there should be no consensus. Like, how did everybody come to Carnell Tate as number 1? Why?
True.
How did a lot of people come to Makai Lemon as number 1? Why? This is what it should look like. Everybody should have a different class. Because there's truly no standout one head above shoulders wide receiver in this class. And this is the thing that I hate about the draft and draft discourse. It is a lot of groupthink. These guys put in the work. They watch the film, but they don't want to look bad. So if they see a list and they see a consensus, they'll watch the film, and if you check those boxes, you'll be like, okay, I see what that person sees. So I'll put Carnell Tate number 1. I'll put Makai Lemon number 1. I'll put freaking Jordan Tyson, which I haven't seen anybody, like very few people have Jordan Tyson number 1. But I'll put Jordan Tyson. Like, no, it should be all over the place, bro. You want Chris Brazil 2, the second number 1? Go at it. Have fun. You want Zachariah Branch to be a number 1 receiver? Bro. There should be no. I didn't see. He's the only person I've seen that has Denzel Boston number 1. Everybody should have a different list because it's a flavor class this year. It is a pick your flavor. There is no Malik Neighbors in this class. There is no Jamar Chase in this class. There is no CeeDee Lamb in this class. Heading as a projection, as prospects. Now, they could be incredible players. We see wide receivers get drafted in the second round become incredible players all the time. Devontae Adams as an example, A.J. Brown as an example, right? That's where you are going into the draft does not define who you will be as an NFL player. I'm just talking about as a prospect. If this don't show that these niggas just follow the same fucking list, then I don't know, bro. Go ahead, Rod.
No, I mean, when I look at his rankings, I mean, I don't like entirely disagree. I mean, I would put Tyson over Boston, but
me too. He's my number 1 guy. Me too.
I'll say this. I mean, Carnell Tate at 4 doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't.
You don't want to look at the comments, Rod. It bothered a lot of people.
Are you serious?
But that's the thing, Rod. This is the thing. This is the thing I hate about this. Other thing I hate about the draft is that people take what people are told. Like, you're fed this information and then you're willing to die and crash out about information that you didn't actually look up yourself. Like, you didn't go watch tape on Carnell Tate. You just said because Todd McShay told you he's number 1, he's number 1, and you willing to crash out about it? Huh? Have you even watched, like, where did you make any self-assessment for yourself? Huh? Like, I went and I watched Carnell Tate. I went and I watched Jordan Tyson. I went and I watched Makai Lemon. And I was like, they cool. I think Jordan Tyson is the only one that has superstar potential out of those 3. Because I went and I did the research. I went and I watched and I made an assessment for myself. You did the same thing. There's people that get fed this information who get mad when you tell them something different. because somebody else told them something. And now you have confirmation bias for a bias that you shouldn't have in the first place.
Modern internet. That's the internet these days, my boy. That's the internet. People sharing statuses and not reading the article. Straight up.
Nah, for real. It's crazy. So every time this happened, now Chris Sims, because he has been proven right more than wrong, he had the egg on his face, the Zach Wilson egg on his face. He's had it. But he was the only person that had the audacity to say, nah, Marvin Harrison is not the number one wide receiver in this class. I just don't think so. And people killed him. His receiver
opinions are usually pretty on point.
Like, yeah, because he follows a process. He follows a process. These dudes don't follow processes. They follow each other. That's the problem. He sticks to his process, right, wrong, or indifferent. They stick to each other. Nobody wants to stand out, because if you stand out and you look crazy, then you look crazy. Shout out to Dan Orlovsky. Whatever I think, he's willing to stand out on his opinion that he believes. It's absurd. It doesn't make sense based off of what Ty Simpson did at the collegiate level, but I could respect it.
He went out on a limb, man.
It's okay to, and this is the wide receiver class to do that with. Nobody should have the same list, bro. I should not have the same list from 5 different people. 5 people should not have Carnell Tate as the number one wide receiver this year. It's not why. Like, he's a B+ prospect. If you're a B+ prospect, a lot of people, there should be variance in degrees to the conversation, right? So I just appreciate that he did it. Like, I know him having Chris Brazil the second in there pissed a lot of people off, right?
I probably would put Makai Lemon there, but I feel him. That's his list.
Yeah, he said Makai Lemon was number 6. You know, he had him at right on outside, because he's a physical specimen type of person. That's his process. What are your physical gifts? What do you have that cannot be taught? Do you have size, weight, and speed? I can teach you how to run routes. I can't teach you how to be big and fast. That's how Chris Sims does it. Unless you were like incredible athlete and you just have these incredible gifts and you're not a big person, then yeah, Chris Sims is the person who had DK Metcalf as his number one wide receiver when everybody that year had Hollywood Brown. Who the hell would take Hollywood Brown over DK Metcalf now? It's sticking to a process. He follows his process. He doesn't follow other people, bro. So that's is Kim Kardashian on the list too. She might be, man. She might be. She caught a lot of things in her life, man. So she might be. She might know how to. Yeah, I'm not understanding.
She caught a lot of things.
She caught a lot of things in her life, man. So all right, man. With that though, man, that is going to be it for the show. Rod, you got anything else that you want to touch on before we get up out of here, man?
Nah, man. Listen, man. It was good to be back. You know, it had been a couple weeks since we gotten a chance to get up and do this, man.
My bad.
Nah,
go ahead.
Man. Nah, man. Just shout out to the chat, the OGs, man.
Man, OGs always with us, man. Y'all some lifers, man. Y'all some.
Man. Now, man. Hey, Rashad. You know, any OGs that wasn't in the chat today. I know Happy Evelyn be on here. Let You Know podcast. We see y'all boys.
Man, we see y'all all the time, man.
Good to be on this, man. Hell yeah, man. Nah,
with that, man, we appreciate y'all. And we love y'all for supporting us, man. And we cannot wait for this goddamn draft. Goddamn, this shit can't hurry up fast enough.
Dragon.
And with that, we'll see you guys next week for another episode of Off Season Mondays. Deuces.